Anyways, love you, son. I think this is a good way to end it. It's a good day with Son today. Thank you for joining us. Episode number 1. This is really fun.
Great time.
Right?
It's a good day.
Well, we don't have to. I'm gonna do that intro
Okay.
later. But anyways,
Oh my God, guys!
we're being encouraged to talk about how we became friends.
I love that film. I consider you
But
a
you-
really great friend.
Yeah, but you and I had 2 different ideas.
Okay, so you start
that
with
was.
yours. I don't think that's bad.
No, I know. I don't think so. But for me, it was more practical. It was easier.
Wait. Start again. Because,
Wait, what? No.
It's because my stuff was in the way.
It's fine. This is real life right now.
Okay.
That's the point. It's not going to be polished. It's not polished.
You're the Gus's Club. This yours?
Yeah.
That's hiding your vulnerability.
Y'all, we got some people here that it's not on the podcast, but they talking a whole lot in the background.
So, you like it, huh? It's nice. Well, I'm thinking maybe more when we got acquainted. That's probably more what I'm thinking. Not necessarily when we became friends.
Okay.
I think acquainted was more. I remember 2 things. I shared. What was those things called in the internship? At the beginning.
Oh,
The jump start?
Jump start. I shared a jump start,
The jump start?
and I think you shared with Benji that it meant something to you, or it did something for your heart.
When you shared at the
When I
jump start.
shared.
Yeah.
And then I think I shared about Jesus being a shepherd or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I remember what I shared about how is it that he got you here without violating your will, right? You remember that? And so you shared that with Benji, and then Benji shared a little bit like it meant something to Son. And then a few nights later, he invited you over,
For tacos.
and you were super quiet.
That was so
You know,
quiet.
right?
In 2021?
2021, yeah. Because you did it the summer of 2021?
Yeah, I did it the summer 2021. And Benji was like, you gotta come meet my friends and my family. And I was like, Benji, I don't know how the capacity to meet people.
You were there though, the first time he got
Yeah,
here.
as we played Mafia, I think it is.
Secret Hitler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. And yeah. Oh, I remember because Benji gave himself away. And
Yes. And I was like,
And
I
he
don't
got
wanna be
so
on your
mad at
team.
himself.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you came over, and that was when we got
Acquainted.
acquainted
Yeah.
and stuff.
That was in 2021.
But how did a connection happen after that? Do you remember that? I don't remember.
I think we were connected. We were, I think, mutual things that we would just do because we're in the same community. And then you guys had that create together event. I brought Angel and
Oh, that's
Louis.
right.
And
But that was 2022.
yeah,
A year later.
yeah.
Well, 6 months later, something like that.
Because after that event, I didn't follow up on connecting. I just was like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our second one because it was in the evening. We were talking about marketing, and
Yes.
you came. More. No, it's not off. Just click the screen, and you'll see it. It does that to preserve the battery.
It's intelligent. I said it's intelligent.
Yeah, exactly. But we're. Oh yeah, I remember
That
that.
was the second.
Yeah, the
event.
second one.
That's when you gave
Angel
Angel the ideas about the flan.
about the flan and going downtown
And
and
having, like,
recording
people
people
eat it.
try
Yeah,
it live. Yeah. He still needs to do that.
He does.
He still needs to do that.
And then I connected with you again after that when I moved, because I was in the process of the deal stuff, and I was like, I called you, and I was like, what would you think about my Instagram? Do I need to bridge everything together about my fashion?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's 2023,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Just
So-
making sure I'm not off.
That's so crazy. Like I feel like our encounters happen like 2021, 2022, and 2023.
Yeah.
In
And now the most
2024,
intentional
I feel like
this
we
year.
actually became friends.
Yeah. And we even had that talk. I remember I was washing dishes in my home, and you and Angel were the blessing. You and Angel were there, and we're like, "What took so long?"
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the moment I knew that you were like a friend that I could like bring in like close, or like that I could just be vulnerable with, is when I sat with you at Raina's. And I was like, I feel like I'm just supposed to tell you all of my business.
Earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever felt like safe to share or expose myself in that way to anybody.
Ever?
Ever.
That's huge.
I don't think so. Like, of course, people that I know on a deep capacity, but somebody that I don't really have that kind of like a relationship
Okay.
with.
So you're saying you pass certain milestones with people before you go there.
Exactly.
Okay,
And with
okay.
you, it was just like, I'm here. My heart feels really open, and like, it felt pressed on my heart. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it was something that just felt super safe. And I think after that moment, we started to talk more, text more. We started to have coffee more,
Yeah.
and I just like,
And you started coming over.
I started coming over. I started sharing my heart. You started telling me things and making me feel like safe, and sharing your heart. And it was just like, whoa, this is a real friendship.
Yeah.
And it feels like deep and honest and real. And like, I don't necessarily always feel that safe, especially with other men.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is my real friend. Like, I love this person.
That's awesome. So would you say that was like that day that we met at Reina's? What was it? Like, was it the Lord prompting you? Was it you just feeling those moments of safety? I don't know.
I think it was the Lord prompting me, but I feel like the Lord was prompting me of like, you can trust Him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, my heart felt like I wanted to share, but I feel like like the Lord was like, you can trust this person. Like, go ahead, like share, expose yourself, tell everything. You know what I mean?
Sweet. That was good.
That's what I feel.
Any other questions? I think that's it.
What do you feel like? So what do you think that you went from like, okay, we had these small points of contact, and then obviously you felt
Bye,
prompted
girls.
by the Lord to share your junk with Him.
Sorry, remind me her name.
Eden.
Eden. Sorry. Can I say something? I don't think I've actually formally introduced myself.
Well, I'm Eden.
There's the super introvert side of me that acts awkward when I haven't like introduced or people don't introduce me. So I just wanted to say.
Nice to meet you officially.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm like
yeah,
I'm super introverted and awkward. So I'm like So, and I didn't even know if because I haven't introduced myself, I'm like, are we at the same table together, or are you just a random person? I'm like, it just hit me. So, anyways, I just wanted to say hi.
Nice to officially meet you.
Awesome. Well, you girls have a good one.
Oh, be real.
Bye, Rachel. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rachel. Bye, Eden.
Bye, Manny.
Okay, so like, I want to know like the process of, okay, I shared my stuff with him, but like, what were some indications to you that he was a safe place? Like, what were some of the qualities that made you feel like, oh, this is a safe place?
But he's saying that it's the Lord prompted you to trust, and then you found those things out.
Yeah, I think the Lord prompted me to trust, and then I found those things out. But I also feel like the way you have been so honest and authentic about your experience, your journey, that made me feel like, oh, he's different. Because a lot of people would not share in the level of vulnerability that you share. Like, they don't go into detail, or they don't like tell things. It's very secretive, or like, I'm still gonna protect myself in some way. And I don't feel like you do that. I feel like you share, like, this is what it is, and you don't find that in like relationships, or in my Christian experience. You don't necessarily always find that. like people are still trying to protect themselves, and that was something that I kind of noted about who you were as a person, and that made me feel like I could just be real. And I think for me, like that's something I've always desired, coming from, because I didn't have completely a Christian upbringing. I didn't get saved in the church. You know, my journey was different, and so I was always. And then too, I couldn't hide what I come out of. Everybody knows. You know, I could never hide in the closet. I couldn't hide in there. And so I feel like I've always desired a place where I could just be honest, authentic, and this is what it is. And God's not scared of it, so why are we scared of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like I just found those qualities in you, and it just made me feel like super safe.
You know what the crazy part is that like I do those things on purpose because that's just I feel who I am. What you're saying, but there's always a sense of risk as I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Because with anybody, because it's like, how's that going to be received? And what I experience, almost, maybe this is what you're saying too, is that I'm sharing it with a man, somebody who is somebody in the church, whatever position they have, and we're seeing eye to eye at the beginning of the conversation, and I'm being vulnerable and bringing them into like, hey, this is where I'm at. And it turns into like, oh, actually, you need me to speak into you and to disciple you. And it's no longer brother and brother. It's more like, hey, I'm your leader. I'm this now. And not that that's wrong, but I think that's the stuff that has made me feel, and maybe you feel the same, that has made me feel like for the longest, I'm like, man, it's hard to find good male friendships in the Lord. And I think now, I said this to Josh, not Perez, McDonald. Recently, I was like, I think I'm finally finding those male friendships this year.
Well,
And you guys, including him. And I'm like, and it's all new to me, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't know if it's messy. It's going to be messy, but I don't know what it looks like either, because I've always just been with, you know, high schoolers or young adults who are 15 years younger than I am, and they've been my friends. But to see eye to eye, age level, experience level, and you know, and vulnerability level, and whatever it might be, right? There's risks.
yeah.
There's risks involved in friendship. But I think that's where people get hurt, you know. But I think it's worth the risk in finding if this one's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
And obviously those things take time as well. So. Anyways, love you, son. I think this is a good way to end it. It's a good day with Son today. Thank you for joining us. Episode number 1. This is really fun.
Great time.
Right?